If you are here from the last video, then welcome to part 2. This is where I'm gonna go ahead and prep my skin, and then I'm gonna finish this whole look. So first things first, this is gonna sound a little crazy, but I do not like using primer during the hotter months. The first thing I go ahead and use on my face is my face moisturizer, which is the Bay Aqua Bomb here. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and then apply that to my face. So I'm just gonna go ahead and not too much, but I am gonna apply a generous amount because it is very hot out here. I live in Nevada, which is hot as hell. Okay, so now that that's done, I like to go ahead and take extra measures to lock in the moisture. So I'm gonna go in with my Bay Aqua Bond Sleeping Mask. This is gonna help secure all of the moisturizer that I put in my face. And also, because it's a sleeping mask, it'll sit under my makeup and continue to plump my skin for me. So I'm wearing a face mask under my makeup, taking care of my skin altogether. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that, same way, spread it around where I want it to go. Also, I feel like I should explain to you guys why I don't like using primer in the summertime. So honestly, I feel like primer in the summertime just doesn't mix well with sweat or oils. So because of that, I just feel like my makeup moves around a lot more with the primer on since I'm sweating really badly, especially living out here. Back home, I could easily get away with using a primer, but since being here, I noticed that that's not going to work for me. So I will be using my MAC Studio Fix because she's my least favorite foundation anyway. So it's not like I'm losing anything. So you're just going to shake this up really well. And I'm going to go ahead and apply it. Little drops. Now, because I am wearing skincare under my makeup, which you should be anyway, I'm not going to use as much. You don't have to blend with your fingers. I'm just doing this so that by the time I grab my brush, it doesn't drip onto my white t-shirt. Now to blend this out, I like to start with a brush first. And then we're just gonna tap it in. I forgot what this is called. My e.l.f. Camo or Hydro Camo Concealer. I don't remember. It's one of those. May not be in that order, but it's one of those. So I'm just going to take that, go under my eye with it. Also, I want you guys to not be scared of your makeup anymore. The clean girl era is over. And if you want your makeup to last you all freaking day, you have to add layers and you have to put more makeup. No more of those little dots. If you're going to be out all day, especially in this heat, you need to add layers to your makeup. And for anybody who's wondering why, it's because your skin absorbs products on your face. And throughout the day, your skin is absorbing that makeup. And like, what else happens once it's done absorbing that makeup? It's going to start looking crusty. So you want to add layers so that while your face is also, or your skin is absorbing the product, there's still more product on your face to go. Okay, so now that I have on my concealer, what I like to do to rehydrate everything and also to lock in the makeup, I go ahead and I use my MAC Studio Fix spray. I just put it all over my face. Okay, and while that is still wet, we're gonna take my crusty beauty blender. Do not judge her. She works better when there's a little bit more seasoning on her, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. Get as close to the top part of my, whatever this bone is, and just blend it out, but also make sure that you are not covering up that concealer that you worked so, well, not concealer, but the eyeshadow that you worked so hard to blend out. You're gonna lose some of it, which is okay, but don't lose all of it. So we're gonna go ahead and blend her out this way because I like a snatched look. And we're gonna go ahead and do the same with the other side. I think I got rid of some of the light blue, but it's okay. It's okay. But you can already see my face. You can already see that my face is starting to look a little better now and more cohesive. So the way I looked at the beginning of this look when I started my eyeshadow, believe it or not, I will get customers who do ask me to just do their eyes. And if you're watching this, I hope you know that the way I looked before adding all this foundation and stuff is exactly how you're gonna look with your just eyes. You look like a raccoon, okay? So just gonna blend all of this out. And if it starts to get a little dry, you could always take the MAC Fix-It spray and just rehydrate it and blend it back out. For my setting powder, I like to use my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder, and I will take a flat concealer brush, go into this palette, looks like this. Don't grab too much because you don't want to be ashy, and then we're just going to tap it in. Only the inner corner though. Then I'm gonna go down the bridge of my nose, get rid of that shine. My chin. And then of course all over, well, just in the middle part of my forehead. Then we're gonna go in my brow a little bit and get rid of some of that shine. Have all that finished. We can go ahead with our contour. So what I like to use in the summertime for my contour is my NARS contour. Not contour, I'm sorry. My NARS bronzer. I don't use contour in the summer. I use bronzer in the summertime. Contouring is for the winter. So I'm just gonna put it in my regular spot right underneath the cheekbone here, kind of blend it out. Now my face is starting to look like a face again and not like a moon pie. And then of course, to like calm my chin down a little bit because she looks extra wide right now, we're just gonna, yeah. My chin is wide anyway. So. All right, and then of course, contour my forehead a little bit. This is probably gonna be the quickest video I've ever done. If you need a more detailed video on exactly what I'm doing, I do have that on my page as well. All right, so that looks a lot better now. I think I went a little too crazy with the forehead, so we're just gonna bring that back just a little bit. All right, make sure that's nice and blended. Okay, and then now we can go ahead and contour our nose. Where's my nose contour brush? Right here. So with the nose, I do not make it skinnier. I just define it a little more because as you can see, I don't have much of a bridge. Like my bridge is pretty flat. So I just do this to redefine my nose and so that I don't look super flat in the middle here. So I'm just gonna take it and trace my bridge just to give it some more definition again. The contour is a little strong, but I'll calm it down in a second. And then because I kind of have a little button nose, I like to add this little circle here at the top of my nose, just to round it out a little bit. So that looks crazy. So now we can calm it down. So with the leftover concealer on my beauty blender, I'm just gonna go in and just pat it down. Starting to go away just a little bit. We're just gonna keep pressing it in until it's not as harsh anymore. Okay, that looks a lot better. Yeah, a lot better. Okay, so this is with the extra lashes. Don't know if I like it yet, but we're just gonna go ahead and move on and finish the rest of this face. So now I'm just gonna go ahead with my blush. Just like the inspo picture, which I'm gonna drop at the end of this video when I'm done. They use this really, really bright fuchsia pink, so that's what I'm gonna go with. So I don't want it to be too defined. Well, no, I'm lying. I do. I want it to be super defined. So we're gonna use a brush where I can like pack it on, where I can just pack it onto my face. So we're just gonna go here. Yes, that is fuchsia. So, I don't know why I don't use this blush that much, because it's a really, really pretty color. Like, it's such a pretty pink. And for darker skin, even though I'm not as dark, makeup still doesn't show up too well on anyone who's not porcelain, pretty much. So for this to still show up on me as fuchsia makes me super happy. And this is Daring Candy by Makeup Forever. Unfortunately, when I do use pink, they tend to show up on me more like a more like a peach or a berry, and it irritates me because I want to wear bright pink. So if you are around my complexion or darker, this will be the perfect pink. This will be the perfect pink for you. I don't know why this kind of looks uneven. If that ever happens, just go back in with your concealer. I did bake a little bit, so honestly, I'm just gonna push all that in. I'm not the type to really brush off the baking powder. I kind of just like to press it in. I feel like it just cooks the makeup longer. It makes it stay longer too, in my opinion. So now we're just gonna bring it up to the higher parts. I did take this inspo from a MAC artist. They usually upload their ideas onto Pinterest. So this is where I got this look from. And like I said, I will absolutely put the look at the end of the video so you guys can also see who the artist is that created this look. And then also, if you guys want to redo this look, at least you'll have your inspo picture. Okay, so now that that's on there, I'm gonna go ahead and do my lips, and then we'll be done with the look. So in the inspo picture, she did use like this really pretty pink color. I have to grab my lip drawer here of all my lipsticks and glosses. This is Love Game by Glam Artist Cosmetics. I'm actually gonna use this with, I'm gonna go with a dark brown lip liner. Also from Oh, also from Glam Artist Cosmetics. This is a color I have not released yet. I've literally been searching to find the darkest lip pencil that I can find now. So this will do for now. I'm still testing her out. So we're just gonna go ahead and line the lips here. Got a little bit of the wooden pencil on my lip. So we're just gonna line here. All right, pretty. I'm actually still trying to find a lip liner that's even darker than this, but in due time, I will find her. So now I'm just gonna go in with Glam Artist Cosmetics Matte Lip Paint in the shade Love Game 08. So I'm just gonna go in with the color here. And then after that, just gonna take my finger and just mix it closer to the lip liner. And I still want the color to still be bright, so we're just gonna go in again, blot it in. All right, and then this is Love Game while dry. Now the only thing is, do I want to add a gloss on top of her? I don't know. But now we're just gonna go ahead and finish up, do any finishing touches, and then we'll be done with this look. Now I'm just gonna go in with my highlighter. So I will be using my Fenty Beauty How Many Carats. This will be used on, of course, my tip of my nose, right here on the bridge. And then we're gonna, ooh, actually, what if I do a pink highlight? No, I'm gonna stick with this one. So we're just gonna do this here. Now my only question is, do I want to put it on the eyes? I'm actually leave the eyes alone because I really, really like how they look. So we're just gonna leave those alone. Well, just look at the highlight. I kind of like this look too because I kind of look like a really pretty, I don't want to say clown, but it kind of gives that really fun kind of cartoonish look that I love. And honestly, I don't hate clown looks. I love them. A lot of my looks come from clown looks. So this is the final look. Of course, I'm going to take videos and pictures and put them at the end of the video along with the inspo picture. But thank you guys so much for tuning back into my YouTube channel. And I promise you guys, I'm not going to stay away as long as I did last time. I'm going to try my best to be more consistent with my videos.